is Phineas Taylor Barnum, but I am known as P.T. Barnum. I have an elephant named Jumbo. I was born in 1810. I have a circus in New York. People call my show the greatest show on earth. I made $400,000 in the first week. I traveled the whole world. I was a showman. I lived in a small town called Bethel. I was also born in Bethel. I loved to go to church. It was like my home. I have 4 girls and a wife. I love them all. My girls' names are Caroline, Frances, Pauline, and Helen. My wife's name is Charity.
Who?
Hello, my name is David Bushnell. I was born on August 30th, 1740. My contribution was one of the things that helped the colonies fight off the British to become their own country. I was born on a farm in Coventry, Connecticut. I worked until I finally got into Yale College. I studied geometry, mathematics, science, art, and French. By the time I graduated, I was already majoring in mathematics. When I graduated, I was receiving news from family and friends of how cruel the British were being to Americans. When I found out they were forcing people who worked on the docks to join the British Navy, I knew I had to do something. So I made the world's first functioning submarine. I called it the Turtle. It was called this because it looked like the shell of a turtle with a head poking out one side. The Turtle was made of wooden casks. The cracks in the casks were filled with tar to keep out water. Finally, iron bands were added to keep the turtle held together. To make sure that it would work, I had to test something. I took an old funnel and put a fuse down the tube. At the end of the fuse, I put gunpowder and rocks. Then I put the test in the water. I lit the fuse and backed up. The fuse blew up the gunpowder and sent rocks flying everywhere. That proves that gunpowder can be exploded underwater. Since my test proved correct, I attached a new mine to my turtle. I also attached a string with a sharp cork tied to the end to the mine. When the screw was stuck into a British ship, it would take exactly 1 hour to explode due to a waterproof fuse that burned very slowly. The next day, I asked my brother Ezra to pilot the Turtle and launch an attack on a British ship called the Eagle. When my brother Ezra came back with the mine still attached to the Turtle, I was surprised. It turns out the British were putting copper sheeting on the bottom of their ships. Since the cork was designed to shoot through wood, it just got worn down trying to pierce the copper. After the failed attempt, I became so embarrassed I decided to retire into Warrington and become a teacher. I died in 1824.
Oh, hello. My name is Harriet Beecher Stowe. I suppose you're here to learn about my life. I should tell you as much as I can remember, which isn't as much as I like, but it surely will get you started. I was born on June 14th, 1811 in Litchfield, Connecticut, and grew up hating slavery. I had 3 sisters and 4 brothers. My parents were Roxana and Lyman Beecher. I hardly knew my mother because when I was 5 years old she died from tuberculosis. I still mourn at the memory. A short time after that, my father remarried Harriet Porter. In school, I remember myself as a frail girl, quiet and shy. I loved to write. My teacher said I had a good mind and a great memory. By the time I was 16, I was teaching many students my own age. In 1836, I married Calvin Stowe. We had 7 children: Eliza, Harriet, Henry, Frederick, Georgiana, and Samuel, and Charles. Beginning my writing career at age 13, I wrote many books and articles in my time, but by far the best of my work was a book called Uncle Tom's Cabin, or Life Among the Lowly. It showed how wicked slavery really is. People who read my book found sympathy for the slaves. It was published in 1852. I've enjoyed telling you about my life. Goodbye!
Oh, hello there. My name is Prudence Crandall. I was born 28 years ago on September 3rd, 1803, in Hopton, Rhode Island. Right now, I am in my school, the Canterbury Female Boarding School to be exact. My school opened when I was 28. Let me see. Oh yes, the year was 1831. Some blacks became educators too because of me. I taught girls of both white and black at my school. When I started teaching Sarah Harris, a 17-year-old African-American child, all of my white students left. Soon enough, all of the white girls were leaving my school, so I made my school just for black girls. People didn't agree with my decision, so they vandalized my school. All of my students faced hardships and violence. People poisoned my school's water and attacked the school with metal clubs and iron bars. It was horrible. I've been to jail 3 times because of my teaching to black students. I've always hated slavery since I was a little girl. I know hated is such a harsh word for a woman like me, but it's true. I support abolitionists strongly. I myself am a Quaker. I am also against prejudge. Well, goodbye. I am off to teach.
That was Prudence Crandall. She died in Elk Falls, Kansas in 1890 at the age of 87, and she was buried there. In 1995, Prudence Crandall became our state heroine, which was decided by the Connecticut General Assembly. Goodbye.
Hello, my name is Nathan Hale. I volunteered to be a spy for George Washington. Before I was a captain, I was first sergeant. Before I was in war, I was a teacher. I taught in East Haddam. When I was 14, I went to college. Benjamin Talmadge was my friend in Yale. I joined my 5 brothers in war. I had 11 brothers and sisters. I was born on June 6, 1755. Today is September 21st, 1776. The British are going to hang me tomorrow.
Hi, my name is Prudence Crandall. I was born in Hopkinton, Rhode Island on September 3rd, 1803. I spent most of my life in Canterbury. I opened a school in 1831. The school was for white people at first, and then a black female went there, who was named Sarah Harris. Out of the 20 black females, only 16 went there because white people got very angry. They poisoned the water so that students could not drink. People attacked the school so the blacks would feel unsafe, but I would save them because I thought that we should change the way we did things. May 24th, 1833, Connecticut General passed a black law. I was forced to shut down the school in 1834. I went to jail 3 times and still did not give up. I lived in the north, so people should have been nice, but I was a Quaker and I never owned slaves, so that's why I never gave up on my students. Because of my bravery, I got a statue in the state capitol. October 1st, 1995, I became our state heroine.